Jump in here, dog.
Yeah, I got a quick question on displacement. Is displacement across a structural high or low, or can it be just a candle high or low? And
Well, the
if you need me
first
to
thing is
elaborate,
you have to know a directional draw. What direction does your analysis indicate that you're hunting a specific liquidity pool above or below, or an inefficiency above or below? So that way you got to have a direction. So where do you think it's going to go, up or down? And then let's assume we're bearish. We create a high and then a slightly higher high. Then a candle drops down, piercing a short-term low between those two highs. That would be an illustration of displacement, where it's showing a willingness to leave the higher high. It's broken through a short-term low. So there's a structural shift that's taken place. Liquidity has been taken that was below that low, and it's stayed lower, and it's a down closed candle. Its projected range is through most recent structure that sent a higher high in place. So when that occurs, now you have displacement. That's basically, have you ever studied the Model 2022 playlist?
no, I haven't.
Well, you'll get your answers for that right there in that playlist.
Right there. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I've seen a couple other videos you've done where you've showed displacement, but it wasn't across necessarily a structural low. It was like there was like a series of candles. Let's say it was going up to the high. There would be like three candles going up to a high, let's say, and there would be a fair value gap across maybe the second highest candle, and it kind of covered that low, and you picked that fair value gap. Like it was an actual structural low. And what I say by structural, meaning the middle candle has a lower low than the left or right candle, to the left or right of it. So I've kind of seen a couple examples of both like cases. So
Well, you have reversals at market highs and market lows,
mhm,
which is what
mhm,
Model 2022 is going to basically put you in. But
right.
then what happens if you have a run that's underway and it's already been trading for a little while away from the recent high that maybe Model 22 or displacement formed near that high? But
Yeah.
now we're part of a sustained price run. You can still see displacement part of a run that goes into a fair value gap and then shoots lower and it displaces lower. Then you can start looking for things like immediate rebalance to form after that, or another institutional order flow entry drill where another portion of a lower gap stays open. That element of displacement means it's just simply moving sharply and in a pronounced manner in the direction you anticipate price going anyway. So it's just indicating that one single candle shows a heaviness when it's bearish, or strength and it wants to power higher one time in one candle. It's just showing you that here's your little indicator that it's now we're ready to go. It's like the race has started. It
Yep.
doesn't
Okay.
necessarily it
Gotcha.
doesn't necessarily need a short-term high to be pierced on the downside if we're bearish. That's what forms, and you'll see it. That's the foundation for Model 2022. But then
Okay.
learning about sustained price runs, you can see displacement basically on every PD array that supports this price run that still has yet to come to its full terminus. And you'll be able to see it on a lower time frame because it's the same thing you would see in the highs and the lows in Model 2022. You're just seeing it on a fractal basis on a smaller time frame.
I see. So if I'm looking at a 1 minute chart, I might not see it going through a structural low
On
necessarily on that time frame, but if I drop down to a sub 1 minute, I might actually see it there.
You'll always see it on a
And
15-second.
okay, I got you. Okay, that's helpful. Yep, thank you.
You're very welcome. Good question.